If you're looking for a fast, simple, and completely free way to use GPT, no cookies, no setup, no coding required, then this video is exactly for you. Because in this video, I'll show you how to get a free GPT API in seconds, with just one click and 0 complicated steps. Surely you who are watching this video know that API, GPT has many uses. For example, to create a Telegram bot that responds to messages for you 24 hours a day, or a bot that is active in channels or groups for you, and, for example, publishes the latest news every day. Or it can publish posts for you on Twitter. You can even have a chat box on the site so that whenever site visitors have a question, they can ask and get answers without any restrictions, without wasting your time answering these questions, and many other features and projects that you can create with your creativity. No need to extract cookies, no need to install anything, no need to run a local server. Everything happens through a simple link in the description of a GitHub project. Then, I'll test this API using popular apps so you can see how fast and reliable it really is. So if you're ready to start using GPT for free, let's get started. To start, the first thing I ask you to do is to please subscribe to the channel so that you can see other videos that I make.
You can either use the convenient link I've placed for you in the description section below this video, or alternatively, you can perform a quick search for it on Google. When you navigate to the search results page, the very first link you will prominently see, clearly labeled GPT API Free GitHub, is precisely the exact project we are actively seeking and need to access. So without further ado, let's proceed to open it up and explore its contents. We will wait for it to fully load completely. As you can clearly see, everything here is entirely written in Chinese characters. But please don't worry at all, you can just right-click very easily and translate to English. Now you can easily read all its contents. Read them. The very next step is that we absolutely need to have an account established on GitHub. So let's proceed to the sign up section. On this particular page, there are indeed 2 convenient ways to register. You can either readily use your existing Gmail account or simply complete this comprehensive form provided. Here, I specifically want to proceed by utilizing my Gmail account as well. I just select it. Here it clearly states that it wants to use your existing Gmail account to securely sign into your GitHub profile. Do you allow it? Yes. Our email address is clearly written here, and there's a unique username that we can easily change as we like. We also have the country where we currently live in and the precise date of the account creation. The account has been created. We search for it here. GPT API is completely free. Here you can easily read the comprehensive documentation for this project, and even if you already know programming, this is an entirely open project. It's open source, so you can download it and modify it. Now we have successfully reached the Filios section. The very first link presented here is indeed the one that we need to click on. A new page for identity verification opens. Does it open? On this page, they ask us for, do you explicitly allow this particular user to securely access and view your public information? We will then proceed to confirm this access request. We've reached an important point. Here, it's telling us, if your account is currently less than 7 days old specifically, you will not be able to receive an API key. Later in this very video, I'll also give you a practical solution to effectively fix this particular problem. Alright, now we absolutely need to log in with another account that's actually older than 7 full days. I'm going to carefully log out of this current account and then log in with another one. I've successfully logged into GitHub with another account, and now I am slowly scrolling down the page. At the very bottom, the primary language displayed is Chinese. You can certainly translate it back to English once again, but it's abundantly clear that in the specific free use section, this particular link is precisely what we are looking for. We will proceed to click on it. Since I had already clicked on it previously and successfully completed the necessary verification process, I didn't need to click on it again. As you can clearly see, right here it has provided us with an important API. For those of you who are currently watching this video and whose account is less than 7 days old, please be aware of this important detail. I am intentionally not going to blur out my API key, so you can clearly see it and subsequently use it for your own purposes. We will then proceed to carefully copy the API key that we have just obtained and then return to this specific location or interface.
We already got the API earlier. Now pay attention. Here are two links, both server as host API. If you want to use this API in your app, don't treat it like OpenAI's API. Don't use the OpenAI server link at all. Instead, you must use these two hosted links I just gave you.
Next, we will carefully use this valuable information and then test to see if this API truly works as intended or not. I'll introduce you to a few different software programs and then we will thoroughly test this out. I'll put the direct links to the specific software I'm going to introduce in the description below. Also, please keep in mind that there is indeed a premium version that you will have to pay for. In this updated version, you will gain access to a greater number of enhanced features, and most of the previously existing limitations have been effectively removed. This comprehensive table clearly shows all the powerful AI models that you can fully access after successfully purchasing this premium account. Of course, if you are utilizing the free version, you genuinely do not require these advanced features and you can simply continue to use that version. So I will now proceed to scroll down quickly.
In the How to Use section, there is one link where you can get your API key. Or if you want to make a purchase. And right next to it, there is another link where you can check your balance and see how many of your 100,000 tokens you have already used. On the new page, go to the section below, type your API key into the field, and then click the button. I have already used it a little and I test this API. To the Call Detail tab. There, you will find a full breakdown of how you have used the server.
For example, here I've extensively used these particular models. Besides the well-known GPT-5, GPT-4.0, and GPT-3.5, I've also incorporated DeepSeek into my work. I will now proceed to show you precisely how to accomplish this. To begin, we absolutely need to navigate back to the primary main page. A little bit below this particular link, there's yet another link that is provided for us right here, and we will certainly open that as well. Here, it is clearly showing us that on this specific API host, all of these various models are currently running with 100% complete uptime, and all of them are absolutely up to date, which is excellent news. so you can use it with truly complete peace of mind. If you're using this API in your project and you notice that it's not responding as expected, your requests go unanswered, or it's performing slowly, then you should come here and check the current status of these models. Let's go back to our main page again. Let's scroll down a bit further. If you want to use this API in your own Python project or any other projects you might have, you can, and it's quite straightforward. You are now able to freely and effectively use this particular piece of code for your intended purposes. Those very same two API hosts that it gave us above, it clearly states that you can indeed include both of them within your project. And then, depending upon your specific needs and the current speed at that particular moment, you should utilize one of them and simply comment out the other one.
Now, let's move on to the software that lets you use this API to connect with ChatGPT so you can chat and interact with its model.
Of course, it's important to keep in mind that the software I'm introducing here is not the only option available. There are actually many different programs and applications out there that offer similar functionalities. If a particular program or application allows you to conveniently change the API key and base URL, or even the API host, then you can certainly use this API with those as well, expanding your possibilities. Up to this point, everything is clear. But before we proceed to the practical test, if you're watching this video and genuinely learning something valuable, please do give it a like. It truly helps this important content reach out to even more people who are actively seeking a completely free way to utilize GPT. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please click that subscribe button now, because many more helpful videos are definitely on the way. Every single week, we carefully review a brand new trick or a useful tool from the exciting world of artificial intelligence together. Now, let's truly see how fast it responds in practical application. The first software we're going to work with is conveniently called Gomoon. It has both Windows and Mac versions available.
Whatever your Mac has an M series chip or an older Intel chip. After you download the file and open the program, you will see a window like this one.
Unfortunately, the entire language is Chinese and I couldn't find an English translation for it. Let's now proceed to the settings section. Here we can clearly observe ChatGPT in action. Let's open it. Here, it clearly states API key and base URL. So we must input our API key and base URL into this specific section. For the base URL, it is highly recommended to use the second available URL option. Okay, that's successfully done. Now, let's proceed to go back to the main chat section, which is located in the top right corner. Let's thoroughly test it within the chat environment. It naturally speaks the Chinese spoken language. Great. We can communicate with it in any language we want.
Let's target the buttons here to upload file, movies, and other things.
If you want to start a new chat, use this button to create a new chat. Another software I want to introduce to you is called BotGem. I'll put its convenient link in the description. They appear clearly below for your easy access. Here, we can readily see the various versions available for download. It's readily available here for mobile devices, Mac computers, and personal computers, PC. I downloaded and then installed it for myself, and when you proceed to install it, you will clearly see a program that looks just like this. The very first thing you absolutely must do is to navigate to settings from this particular section, and right here you will carefully select the appropriate service provider. We are then faced with a completely blank page that prominently features a plus button at the very top. We will then click on the service. We will carefully select our desired model, which in this instance is OpenAI. Here it specifically asks us for the API server and also the API key. We enter our own API server and then we also enter the API key that was given to us. In this section, the various models you can work with are selected, and if there's another model available, you can add it here yourself. Finally, we click on Check Connection to thoroughly test its functionality. It was indeed successful, so we will save it and then return here to the main chat section. Here we can chat with it. Now we can use ChatGPT as much as we want, completely free of charge. Here you can see the version of GPT we're working with. GPT-3.5 Turbo. We can simply click right up here on the top right hand corner. In the LLM services section, you will clearly see OpenAI and all of its various models listed out here for your convenience. If you want to work with another model, you can select it from here and start chatting. So this method was a quick and hassle-free way to access GPT for free. If you tried it, let me know in the comments what project you might build with it. For your ideas, we'll share solutions and tips in future videos, and remember, the world of artificial intelligence is moving very fast. Every week, something new comes out, a new API is released, or a new method is discovered. I'm here to make these changes easy for you so you can always stay one step ahead. So if you don't want to fall behind, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to get updates quickly. Thanks for sticking with me this far. The next video is waiting for you.